Hi YouTube, how are you doing? And welcome back to Phasmophobia. In this video, we're going to be doing my favorite challenge, which is the no evidence challenge. It is where you figure out the ghosts using only their strengths, their weaknesses, and their hidden abilities. Now, this is also a very special video because I learned something new during this video. Even after 2,500 hours of playing this game, I still learn something new all the time, and I really hope you enjoy. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. But let's not waste any more time. And let's hop into the game. Let's go. Oh baby, here we go. We got Elizabeth Harris, 25% sanity, captured a ghost photo and witnessed a ghost event. We have all the evidence items, but we're not gonna use them. Well, we're gonna use a few of them to find the ghost room, and in particular, one of them will still be useful even if you're playing with no evidence, which is the photo cam or the video cam that I'm pointing at right here, because the video cam will allow you to see the mimic orbs. The mimic orbs is not an evidence, it is an ability, and it will show regardless of your settings. So even if you're playing with zero evidence, you'll still see the mimic orbs. I'm just waiting for the, there we go. And also we will be using the EMF and the tier 1 thermo just to find the ghost and keep an eye on the ghost, especially the tier 1 thermo. If you've watched any of my videos since the new update, you know how much I love it. It really like allows you to completely track the ghost at any point in the game. It's extremely powerful. Now in this situation we have a mirror, so we're not gonna really need it. We know it's gonna be foyer here. Oh, I can literally see myself. Foyer is a pretty tricky room. What's really important about the mirror is that it shows you the ghost room, which means one of the ghosts that's extremely hard for no evidence. I'm going to be talking about all of the ghosts and their no evidence stuff as we go along, because we're going to be playing a bunch of matches here. One of the ghosts that's really difficult for no evidence is the Goryo, because the only thing the Goryo has when you play without evidence is that it doesn't roam, which means that the mirror is extremely useful because it shows you the ghost room. Later on, you can pull it up again and see if it has changed. If it has changed, you might be dealing with a, or you aren't dealing with a Goryo, because the Goryo can never change ghost room. We're gonna grab this, we're gonna grab salt, we're gonna grab, we don't need the UV because we're never gonna see UV footsteps, but we can figure out if it's a wraith or not. This is always the basics. These are like the, if you wanna not be bullied in Phasmo school, you gotta know at least the basics of no evidence. What's the basics of no evidence? Wraith doesn't step in salt. Phantom disappears when you take a photo. I think those are like the two most important and most like useful ones, in because they happen like even when you're not trying to make them happen. There's a whole plethora of other abilities though that I'm going to be showing you here, but at the very least you should know. And the Obake fingerprints is also a classic one. And then besides that, those are like the secondary evidences that like show throughout the investigation. Obviously there's a lot of ghosts that are based on speed. Like you need to know that the Revenant is slow or fast when it's chasing you, like the Raichu being fast, the Moroi, the Dio, the Thaye, the Hantu. Those are kind of like the basic ones, but there's going to be some real niche stuff with the Mare, with the Yokai can be a little tricky for people. Twins and Mimic is really easy here. Twins, Obake. Oh, hi there. It stepped in the salt. You spicy ghost. So it is not a it's not a wraith, and also we got a ghost event very early there, which is suspicious. We got a ghost event. So we used the mirror twice, which put it as a 60. Wait a minute, is that on? We put no, because we used our sanity pills should give us 25% sanity, so we should have been at around 85, and then we got a ghost. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that because that's pretty suspicious. Okay, so we're right now, we need to keep an eye on our sanity. We're at 65 around that, because there's a different, for a few ghosts, they will drain different amounts of sanity when they do a ghost event. The Banshee will drain 15% instead of 10%. 10% is default. The Banshee will drain 15% if it does a singing ghost event and it touches the target, not just anyone. It has to be the target. And the Oni will drop 20% by default, which that was kind of suspicious. That gives me, even though it was a shadow ghost model, which was kind of weird, I'm going to say probably no shade, but you never know. I'm going to grab a crucifix and we already have a candle in that room, but I'm still going to grab my own candle. Because the Onryo, this is like, you know, we're getting in a bit more of a niche territory here. The Onryo has an ability where if it blows out a candle 3 times, it will then do a hunt. This has been said over and over again by the devs. I've had it not happen sometimes when I was dealing with an Onryo, but it's supposed to happen. So if it doesn't happen, it's a bug. It touched the keyboard over here, which no longer allows you to rule out Mare, sadly. I wish it did, but they took that out for some reason. We also didn't see orbs, right? Let me do a quick check. Does that mean we have a ghost room potential change here? I feel like I kind of want to just pull up the mirror right away to test that, because the Goryo is going to be the bane of our existence. So if we can know that it changed ghost room, it did change ghost room. That was that room, right? Okay. Well, I can actually pull it up again and then just eat all the pills. Yeah. Okay. What the? Ah! I got locked outside of the, or inside of the house. Lol. that was not according to plan. Let's test for yokai here. So it's not a Goryo because Goryo cannot change ghost room. Let's see, yokai? Hello, hello, hello. Probably no yokai, it's finding me immediately. I saw the blinking pretty fast, doesn't seem like it didn't, that was not a cursed hunt, by the way, so we should be able to just loop it here just fine. Oh, yeah, it's a super short hunt. Okay, so I don't think that was a phantom because I saw a pretty quick blink there, but we can always recheck that. Good stuff, though, that we ruled out it blew out the candle because the candle doesn't go out by itself anymore. The ghost has to blow it out, so that must have been the ghost. And it turned on the light. There you go. That's how you can tell that you're not dealing with a mare, because mares cannot turn on the light. There's another trick that I will show you as well. I touched the door, doesn't really matter. There's another thing you can like also force a different ability. There's an ability where the mare will sometimes turn off the light right after you turn it on, and you can actually force that. I'll show you in a moment. Capture a photo of the ghost. We should do that. My sanity is really low. We know it's not the obvious ones, right? We know it's not these guys because they would have showed themselves like immediately on the first hunt. Let's do one more hunt. Let's just focus on the hunts, because I feel like to a lot of people, figuring out ghosts during a hunt is probably the most useful thing. I find all of it fun. I find the obscure stuff fun, but I can see how a lot of people are like, I really want to know how I figure out a ghost during a hunt. That's like super useful. We're gonna bring in the paramic as well because we're gonna need that, and I guess another candle here because this candle is gonna burn out soon. No mimic, probably no mimic here, but we didn't really check this room too well. I'm gonna be careful here. Light this candle ASAP, please. So we can... There we go. Okay, and then I'll put... I should hold on to the lighter and then put like my smudge stick over here so I can pick it up when I'm running away from the ghost. The paramic can be used to get a banshee or myling figured out. It used the crucifix while there's still a candle in the room, which means it's not an Onryo. Now, this only works for the tier 2 and tier 1 crucifixes. If you got a tier 3 crucifix, the range of the crucifix is actually larger than the range of the candle. So what can happen is that the ghost will be far enough away from the candle to use to hunt, even though it's an Onryo, but then it will use the crucifix instead because the crucifix has such a far range. All right, well, that was a very aggressive hunting ghost. We're gonna just back off here for a sec. We should just turn on some lights, do a Jinn test here. Jinn test is gonna be easy peasy. Demon, we could do a demon test by placing the crucifixes, or by placing a crucifix further away from the ghost. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get out of here before the ghost hunts again. Let me out. Alrighty, let's take a crucifix. So if the ghost is in that room, we can place the crucifix. Because we can now see the range of the crucifix, we can estimate where we should place it in order to still cover for a demon, but not for any other ghost. Because the demon's a 50% increase in range. So we're gonna place it like right here. That should still completely cover the... Oh, well, there you go. Probably no demon. Hello, ghost. Let's do a Jinn test real quick. Hello, hello, hello. So no demon, probably. No yokai either. Okay, no Jinn. Because the Jinn would have sped up there. What the fuck? Let's just get it to come in through the kitchen here because we got a smudge stick anyway. Oh, it's speeding up fast. This is speeding up very fast, but that was kind of normal. It threw a few things right away, but nothing too much. The hunts are super short because I didn't actually trigger cursed hunts in any way. I'm gonna throw a bunch of items here. Poltergeist is probably one of the most. That's another like ability that like if you don't know that one, you must have just started playing Phasmo, which is fine, totally fine by the way. I love to teach stuff to new players as well, but probably the most well-known ability in the entire game is the Polter Explosion. However, that's not the most useful thing to figure out a Poltergeist. The most useful thing to figure out a Poltergeist is use their hunting ability, which is that they will throw items way more frequently during a hunt than compared to other ghosts. So you can set up like a bunch of items like this on a place you can just like... Oh, Jesus Christ, hello. Surprising. It came over here, maybe Banshee. So there's a few ghosts that have like specific roaming abilities, which are the Wraith, which it can be by the way, Banshee or Phantom. Oh, hi. It's throwing, but nothing too much. I think it's doing those really short blinks sometimes. But I think this doesn't look like Oni, because there's like some pretty long blinks in there. Probably gonna be a Banshee. Not a Poltergeist, that's for sure. Yeah, it's not. It's weird that it sometimes does those short blinks, but I don't think it is an Oni. Oni can be a little tricky sometimes, but Oni is basically always visible during a hunt. Not always, but it blinks way more than other ghosts. I don't think that was an Oni. I don't think that was a Poltergeist, definitely. We already kind of tested smiling before. It's speeding up, so it can't be a Hantu. Can't be an Obake, actually, 100%. You know why 100%? Because the Obake will always change at least once during a hunt. Because we looped it the entire hunt there, and we didn't see a single shapeshift, it cannot be an Obake, because we would have seen that. Probably not a Mimic. I think it's very likely to be a Banshee here. In order to get a Banshee, we would do... Like, we would point the paramic at it and just see if we get a paramic scream. Pretty rare. Faruna, thank you for the 10 gifts. Oh, God. Hi. A singing ghost event? Kind of spooky, to be honest. I should really... Oh, well, here we go again. I should smudge for spirit here. Well, that was a big throw. Doing some big throws, but this cannot be a Poltergeist. Like, come on. Alright, let's smudge it at 1453. Now, so for the normal ghost, if you smudge a ghost, which, by the way, very important, if you smudge a ghost during a hunt, the timer where the ghost can't hunt goes in at that moment. So it's gonna go in during the hunt. It's gonna start during the hunt, not after the hunt is over. I remember this is one of the things that I was like confused about when I first started playing. I've been like playing the game for so long that it's become like second nature to me, but I thought I'd share that because it can be like, if you don't know it, how are you gonna learn it? So for normal ghosts, it will take 90 seconds after you smudge it for the ghost to hunt again. It can, right? It doesn't have to, but if you're really low sanity, it will most likely hunt at that point. If you have a spirit, however, it will take twice as long. So you'll definitely see the difference between a spirit. Now, for a demon, it can hunt after 60 seconds already. However, this is way less reliable because a demon can still easily hunt after 90 seconds. Like, it doesn't have to hunt after 60 seconds. It's the only ghost that can. But it can still also wait a little bit. Jesus Christ, man. Sing Ghost Event again. That is not the Banshee scream. What the fuck was that? That is not the Banshee scream. That is just a ghost event. Where the fuck are you, by the way? It's 16. What did I say? 1453? Wait. 14. Oh, it used a crucifix. Okay, so it's not a spirit because that hunted pretty early. The fact that it uses... This is such a clear Banshee, but it's also showing you how hard it can be to rule out. There's several ways. So let's see that this is almost certainly a Banshee. Let's go down a few ways you could figure out a Banshee. So let's say that we think let's say that you are in a game. You have like 2 evidence. There's a few options left. One of the options is Banshee. And you want to go like, all right, how do I figure out if this is Banshee? Obviously, if you're playing on something like Professional, you could get the last evidence. But what if you were playing on Nightmare or you're playing on Insanity and you have to figure it out the hard way? You can do it through a couple of ways. First one is If you're in a team, it's way easier, because in a team you can have everyone in the house and then see if the ghost can target multiple people during the same hunt. Because if it can, then it's not a banshee, because the banshee will only target one person. But very important for that is that everyone is in the house, because if the target is out of the house, it will target everyone like normal. Only if the target is in the house will it only focus on that one. So keep that in mind. You need to have everyone in there. So if you have that one person in your team that doesn't want to enter the house because they're like too scared, you cannot use this. So then you're gonna have to use another strategy. What are the other strategies? One of them is using the spirit box to hopefully get a ray or banshee scream. However, those can be really rare. Another thing is to check for the roaming power of the ghost. In this case, I'm gonna keep my sanity low, I guess, so the ghost is more likely to roam. I'm also gonna grab a motion sensor. Usually that person is me. Hey, I'm not judging you for not wanting to enter the house. I'm just saying that it makes things harder for the people that are in the house if they want to figure out banshee. So we're gonna place a motion sensor over there, and then we're gonna place salt right here and right here, and we're gonna sit like far away from the ghost in this corner over here. We should be a little careful with this. Let's... What? What? Is that a bug? Was that a bug? Why was it turned on? What the fuck was that? I think that was a bug. So we're gonna sit back here with the paramic, and the ghost will, if it is a banshee, it has an ability to walk towards the target. So in this, so that's, I wonder, oh, did use the crucifix. I don't actually know how that works if your teammate who is the target is in the truck, because I only really ever play solo. That's kind of interesting. Does anyone know? Will the banshee even roam to another player if the target isn't in the house? Maybe you really have to just use the paramic ability. It doesn't pick a new target unless... Oh, it's hunting. Oh, fuck, now it's gonna use this. Until it, Oh, come on, fuck. Go fuck yourself. I can't walk over there, so now it's gonna use my salt here. That was a little strange. I want to loop it in such a way that it double back so it doesn't use the salt. No! It used the salt, you dickhead. It's interesting. Oh, this is annoying. Run. Let's up on the salt. That is surprising. It's probably not the twins. This might not be a banshee then. This is I love when we start the no evidence runs like this, because it allows me to basically in the first run. Because a lot of the time when you're doing no evidence runs, you will get like a really obvious ghost that just immediately gives itself away, and then you know what you're dealing with. But sometimes you get a ghost like this where you actually have to basically rule out every single ghost before you know what ghost it is. We're gonna drop that right there. I need to like, there's a whisper. Okay, so the rule I have for banshees, which is not a full or not a completely true rule, but I've just decided for it, that if I get 4 whispers, I rule out banshee. How does the whisper work, or how does the banshee scream work? Every time it does a whisper, there's a 30% chance that it will be a scream. So if you get 4 whispers in a row, there's only like a 10... Oh my god, you fucking dickhead. Can I even make that? I can't make it. It's gonna step on my salt. Well, fuck you then. That was 2 whispers right there. It's definitely not the twins, right? It's totally normal speed. Totally normal speed. So it's literally a banshee or a yurei. The yurei could explain why our sanity was so low at that one point. I think it's time to take the... Yeah, it's definitely not the twins. Any ghost that could still be here. Let's take some sanity pills, and this could actually be a shade, like, no joke, because shades are, like, if you're somewhat low sanity, shades can do ghost events still, which is really fucked up. I'm just gonna take some sanity pills here, because I want to, like, get back to some higher sanity range so we can do some more testing. So now that's gonna put us at 50 exactly. This is gonna put us at 75. It should, at least. And we're gonna, I guess, just like get some ghost activity. So let's see. Let's quickly see what sanity this puts us at. So we can do the sanity test. I think it's gonna stop here. 75. Yeah, there we go. Now it's going up and down. So it's at 75. If we stay in the light, our sanity's not gonna go down at all. It's only gonna go down because of ghost events, which will allow us to check what how much sanity we lose because of the ghost event. I'm also gonna grab the whisper. I'm not talking about, like, there's multiple ways to test for multiple different ghosts. I'm gonna be talking about different ways, because there's sometimes multiple ways to rule out each of the ghosts, which is interesting. I'm just gonna take what... Oh, hi there. Singing ghost event. Perfect. Walk into the ghost. I walked into the ghost. Now we can see. We could literally rule out banshee right here and now. If our sanity is at 60 exactly, it's a banshee. If it's 65, it's not a banshee. It's at 65. It's not a banshee. It cannot be a banshee unless it's bugged, because we were... So the banshee is supposed to drain your sanity by 15%. If it's a singing ghost event focused on the singing ghost event and the target walks into the ghost, only under those circumstances, and then it'll only drain the sanity from the target by a little higher. So in this case, it cannot be a banshee, which means that if we are confident about us ruling out all the other ones, the fact that it could still be a demon, because it did use the... I mean, I guess we're just quickly gonna... Well, a demon could hunt at this point, right? We could just do it that way. We could just test for demon by just waiting for the... Why is the door closed? I probably did that myself. Wait. No, I didn't. Did I do that? Wait, that's very important. Did I close the door behind me, or did the Uri just do that? Wait, can we get an instant replay? I didn't close... That's why you gotta... That's why you gotta keep... keep an eye on what you do with the front door. If I were to have closed that behind me, nothing weird would have happened. If I didn't close the door, the only ghost that can close the door behind you like that when you're already out of the house is a Uri, which... Can we actually... It shouldn't have drained our sanity, though, right? No. So it did the Uri ability without even draining our sanity. That's very interesting. So yeah, I'm assuming that I didn't close the door. That is a very interesting way to figure out a Uri. If you come back from the truck and suddenly the door is closed, and you know for certain that you didn't close it yourself, you know it's a Uri, because the way the Uri works is when it does its ability, it will close a door close by to the player, which can also be the front door, and it's literally the only ghost that can close the front door without either doing a hunt or doing a ghost event, which obviously there it did a ghost event, but I opened the door after the ghost event. Oh, I get the tier 3 lighter. So you can see it used its ability literally a single time. So that was really lucky that we spotted that right there. But yeah, that Uri, it's probably... Goryo can be similar, but Uri and Goryo are like the hardest ghosts to figure out during a no evidence. So, like, you would only really figure those out with no evidence if you're, like, straight up doing a no evidence challenge. You wouldn't go... well, I mean, if you know the Uri ability and you know how to spot it, it's not like one of those things that's gonna happen every game. But sometimes, if it happens, it's really good if you know how to recognize the Uri ability, because that could have happened in just any game. I could have walked back and seen, oh, the door was closed. Did I do that? No, I didn't. And then boom, you're dealing with a Uri. But that also shows you that other ghosts can exhibit very strange roaming behavior, because in that situation, we have the ghost roam like all over the map, and that's because we're playing on small maps, right? You got to keep in mind that the ghost can just walk around the map freely, especially if you're playing on higher difficulty, which, by the way, we're playing on default nightmare settings. The only thing I changed is that the breaker's on by default and that the screens are on, just so I can show you, like, the special stuff with the screens. That's our cursed possession. It's gonna be... Voodoo would be nice here. Voodoo is... Oh, it's just this. Hello there. I mean, I'm just gonna drop that here. Check for... So we always check for orbs right away. Or, like, the Mimic is a really interesting ghost, because I would say the Mimic is easier on higher difficulty, strangely enough. Like, if you're playing on Nightmare or Insanity, the Mimic is actually easier than if you're playing on Amateur, Intermediate, or Professional, because it's really easy to get fooled on on difficulties where you have all the evidence, because you'll just, like, be confident. Oh, I have all the evidence. I know it's an Onryo. Like, you'll have, like, Ghost Orbs, Spirit Box, and Freezing. You'll be like, oh, it's an Onryo. No, because it could also be UV and then actually be a Mimic. So yeah, it's kind of, it's an interesting ghost that way. And I feel like the Mimic can be super annoying on no evidence if you don't look for the orbs, because sometimes you'll just have a Mimic that doesn't change into any obvious ghost. It'll literally be like ping-ponging between Banshee, Spirit, Uri, Yokai. I mean, yokai you can figure out during a hunt, but you have to like be really, you have to like actively look for it. Is it in this room? It's 20 degrees here. That might have been a twin touch. Is it going down at all? Oh, it's in this room instead? Okay. So that's pretty far away from this room. So that could mean that's doing something spicy. Let's place some salt. We're gonna place one salt right there and just save the rest of the salt here. And we have to look for Orbeez in this room instead. I really love the heavy rain. Oh, that sound on the window. Oh, is it? I think it stepped in it. Okay, so no wraith, and we know the ghost is in this area, which is neat. I will grab a photo cam as well, because if you're doing this, by the way, which I'd say this is like useful for so many things. Not only is it just a really fun challenge, like it really, if you can complete, I've said it since for like a really long time. If you can consistently complete a no evidence run, you are as good at Phasmo as you reasonably have to be like among the top like 0.5% the best players in the entire game. If you can consistently do that, there's like some knowledge that's so niche that it like basically doesn't ever come into play. But yeah, if you can just complete a no evidence run reliably, you are extremely good at Phasmo, and there's nothing left for me to teach you. Go forth, teach other people. Cleanse, crucifix. I mean, there's always gonna be stuff changing with the updates, right? That's why it's so fun to, even for me as someone who has like followed Phasmo since the very beginning and knows like every little thing, because there's always stuff changing, especially with the new update with all the new items. It's been a lot of fun to like reinvent the wheel in a way. Okay, so starting off again with the basic stuff. We had a door touch there, which didn't really even move a door. Hello. Move this door. I'm gonna open these like enough so that the Ure can slam them shut, so that if we get a Ure, it's gonna be obvious again. Is it gonna be... Is it even here? Or is it in here? Is it like moving a lot, or are we just like... This is very interesting. So, I mean, it's obviously lower even here, so that makes it really strange to touch that door over there. It's getting suspicious. And this also shows you why the thermo is so good at tracking the ghosts. Because only it'll immediately show you the rooms that it did walk out here because it stepped on that. Now, what you have to keep in mind is that if you get the ghost to be in different rooms, it doesn't have to be... Oh. Dude, that is sick. Dude, the computer... Wait! What? I don't know if I've ever seen the computer have a red screen like that. That was so sick. That was really cool. The mayor can still do a red light ghost event as far as I know, which is very weird because I think for a red... Can the ghost turn on the light for a red light ghost event? It seems... Because, like, turning it on so it can make the lights blink red. I don't know, actually. But, yeah, we have to... Actually, that's what I wanted to show you earlier. There's another thing that the mayor can do, which is turn off a light immediately as soon as you light it. Or turn it on. It's not a shade, but I'll do the mayor in a second here. We need to check our sanity so we can rule out shade. Because a shade cannot do a ghost event at 100% sanity, so if we're still relatively close to 100% right now, that means it is not a shade, and we definitely are extremely high. I'm gonna say it is almost certainly not a shade, unless it's like the most active shade of all time. Cleanse the ghost. We'll take a smudge stick. We will take a motion sensor. I should get more motion sensors. That's definitely useful here, because a motion sensor, like especially the tier 2-1, can keep track of where the ghost is very efficiently. You'll just, like, if you click on it, it'll goes to a separate mode. Like, you can place it like this, and then turn it on like that, and then you can see which direction the ghost is moving into. Doing lots of blinkies over here. Let's test the freezing again. It is definitely in this room, but touching out there, doing ghost events out there. Let me keep this lit. It's very active for me being this high sanity. Also, it's roaming a lot for me being this high sanity. because the ghost roaming is like, it does it more frequently when you're low on sanity. Can you give us a sign? Whisper, first whisper, and it blew out the candles again. I think that's the second time it blew it out. So if it blows it out one more time and it doesn't hunt, we can probably rule out Onryo here. Can you give us a sign again? Hello, hello? It doesn't hunt, so probably no Onryo there. DTV Gaming Potato, thank you for the prime, and Anonymous, thank you for the gift sub. Okay, so we don't have to worry about Onryo too much anymore. We could still like come back to it later. We should still like, the ultimate way to rule out Onryo is always still like get it to use the crucifix when the candle was lit on top of it. But anyway, let's continue with what I was talking about the mare. In order to rule out mare, you can flick the light switch, and if it immediately flicks it off, that is the mare ability. However, this used to be super OP. You used to just be able to spam the light switch like this, and eventually you would get the mare to use its ability. They nerfed it so that you can't do that anymore. Now, there's a cooldown of 10 seconds per person per light switch. So if I light this light switch for 10 seconds, the mare, like, it checks for the ability. It has a random chance to do the ability. And then for 10 seconds, if you light it again, it'll just add another 10 seconds to the timer. And then you light it again. So it basically, I don't know if it, I think it just resets the timer to 10 seconds if you light it again. So you have to wait a full 10 seconds to have it potentially work again with the same light switch. However, you can bypass this by just going to different light switches around the ghost and turning all of them on with, like, every now and then you just go here, you turn that on, then you turn it off, then you wait. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't have a... Man, this ghost is such... That was such a cursed noise. I am going to grab... Do I not have a photo cam here? I'm going to grab my photo cam. This is spamming ghost events. I don't know if I was close enough there to get hit by the ghost. This might be an Oni. Because it's doing many... That was the... Actually, I was not close enough to the ghost to get hit by the ghost event. Then why did it disappear so quickly? That's my question. I don't know. Anyway, I need to take a photo cam. We'll take this for some photos. Because as I said, this is also... Not only is this a really good way to learn the game and, like, test if you're really good and like know everything about every ghost, but also it gives you a ton of money because it's like a really high difficulty, so you get like 7 times rewards, which is pretty damn neat. We'll take a photo here. Okay, it's step. Did I place 2 there? I think there was 2 there, and then there's 2 here. Hopefully this is gonna count. Sometimes the game is a piece of garbage. Okay, those both counted. Can you give us... Dude, that's sick, man. That's so many red light ghost events. That should be a... Yes. Beautiful picture. So not a phantom because we took a picture. Not a wraith because we got it to step in the salt. That was a singing ghost event again, right? Let's place some more salt here. That's 1 more salt. 2 more salt. If we get it to step on that, we can take 2 more photos. If we can get a perfect game here, that would be beautiful. 2 more photos. We already have 7 photos. So 3 more photos. I don't have more salt there. I need to grab the... Well, 3 more photos. Is that it? Wait, it just turned off the light like that? I can test for that. Take a photo. Yep, just turn off the light. So we turn it back on. Test for mare. Like that. Test for mare. We're just going to test for mare every now and then. I don't think it is a mare, but it hasn't turned on a light for itself. Or by itself yet. Yeah, we obviously need the bone, but you don't need the bone photo, so you don't need to worry about that. You can just fill up the book and then go look for the bone and just pick it up as a bonus. Okay, sanity is looking... So probably did get hit by that ghost event there. We're gonna take this salt here. You can't use the other evidence items here are completely useless. The spirit box does, you can't use it at all. There used to be a really long time ago where you could like tell if the ghost was close by based on like what the spirit box would do based on your question, but you can't do that anymore. It's just like always, if it hears a question, it'll just show you an X regardless if the ghost is close by or not. And the ghost that you can use to see in the dark, but it doesn't give UV obviously, and these also obviously don't do anything. So it's literally only the EMF, the thermo, and the video cam that I take with me, because those are like the only ones that actually do something. Yeah, like in Minecraft Phasmo, where it will tell you No reply. Well, that's not how it worked. I don't even know. There was like a... It was probably just a bug. And it's not relevant anymore anyway. But there's been some weird situations with the spirit box in the past. Can you give us a sign? We have salt. I'm just going to place 3 salt here. That's going to be the remainder of our photos. And then we just need to find the bone somewhere, which could be... The bone could also be... If you have a tiny bone, it could be underneath... a door like this, and then you might not even be able to pick it up anymore because you can't pick up through hitboxes for some reason anymore, unless that's... It's just weird that they decided to do that, but it doesn't matter too much. All right, the ghost is... It's cold here. Is it colder here? It's warmer here now. I would say that is probably a roam. So I'm gonna say... this is some insane Goryo. I'm gonna say not Goryo, and it's just here now, because here it's way colder now. So yeah, I'm gonna say no Goryo there. We would like to get a hunt at this point, or get more whispers. We already had 1 whisper, right? That's 2 whispers. It doesn't feel like a banshee. It's weird that the previous ghost is turning on. Man, if only you... Man, I really hate that they took that away from the mare. That was such a cool thing. Turn on the light switch. Turn off. Turn on. So this is how you can bypass the cooldown, because you can just turn on every light switch, and then if I wait 10 seconds between when I first lit this one, I can do it again. Do another rotation. Another whisper, 3 whispers, and you can just keep rotating between light switches like this, and just like see if you eventually get a mare ability. And if you don't get that, then this is per person as well, right? So if you are playing in a group, you can literally have like your group just rotate between all the light switches like super fast, and just have everyone flick on and off a light switch. It's gonna give you the mare ability so fast if it actually is a mare. It's one of the other ghosts that's way easier in multiplayer, if you know that. The ghost trying to read their emails. I'm not gonna delete your browser history. You're gonna have to live with that. Why are you not coming over here? It's definitely not a banshee. It's not roaming to me. It's not... Is it even a... Almost feels like it has to be like a wraith, the fact that it didn't step in the salt, which means it would have to be a mimic, but oh my god, what a throw. That was kind of powerful. Again, touching that. That gives me the idea that we could be dealing with a poltergeist, even though that's literally our first... Oh, here we go. Fuck, I don't have a... I can't be here. Oh, it's fast. It's not fast enough for Dio, so I can't just hide. But it is fast. Now the question is... Oh, nice. Hiding spot. Is it a Raichu? Raichu? Hello? I can't go down there because I would just die if it comes around the corner. It's gonna hunt only really short because it's a small map. Okay, so... Seems like it's definitely fast, so we can already... This is like the most important thing, as I said, right? If you can figure out a ghost during a hunt, it can save you so much time, and because those ghosts are the scariest and the most dangerous, it can save your damn life. If you hear a speed, you just need to get, like, familiar with it over time. You can't, like... It's just something you build up an intuition for after a while, and it takes quite a long time before you get, like, a true intuition about it. But basically... if a ghost... Oh, hi there. Okay, so it's just fast. Is it getting faster? Doesn't seem to be getting any faster, so... Raichu still get faster, right? So it's not a Raichu? It's just a Hantu? I'm just gonna smudge. Oh god, am I gonna die here? This is just a very regular speed here. So it's not a Revenant, because it's definitely not fast enough for that. It's not this, you're not fast, you're not fast, you're not fast, you're not fast, you're not fast. You're not fast. You can be fast, but we haven't seen any Orbeez. You're not fast. It's probably a Thaye if it doesn't slow down. The question is, so it's not a Jin either. It's not a Dio because it didn't find us earlier. The question, it can't be a Raichu because the Raichu speed up, this speed up. It's literally only these two because it didn't. You could hear how it was the exact same speed the whole hunt through, right? It just didn't speed up at all. So now our question is it cold in the dining room? Because if it's not,
and it has to be a Thaye. And Thaye would also explain why it was doing so many ghost events. I think this is a Thaye. I think we're dealing with a Thaye here. So the way the Thaye works is that it starts really fast, and then it gets slower over time. The more, yeah, we could also do the Haunted Breath, but like there's different ways to figure out each ghost, which I like to show multiple ways. Because it's so warm here, it would have been way slower than what it actually was if this was a Haunted. Like, it would have been at a snail's pace. But it was, like, really fast still, but not fast as, like, the Thaye would have been if I got a hunt right at the beginning of the match. But you have to keep in mind that the Thaye gets slower, or it gets older and slower over time. So it can look like basically any ghost throughout its lifetime. Like, at the start, it will look like a Moroi or Dio. Halfway through somewhere, it'll look like a fast twin or a Jin or something, or a Hantu. And then at the very lowest, it might even, or lower, it might even look like a slow twin. So you have to just keep in mind that, like, the fact that the ghost doesn't speed up is a really important thing about that. I'm actually gonna try and find, I can take the salt photo here, right? Yeah, these salt photos. I'm not gonna take the crucifix photo because the crucifix photo tends to be extremely annoying. Let's hope this actually worked here. Sometimes the photo fails. There we go. We got all the photos. Now we would like to find the bone so we can actually get a perfect game and get mega money. Which the bone can be anywhere. They have tried to fix the bone so many times. Oh, there it is. Well, that was easy. They've tried to fix it so many times where it spawns in, like, proper areas, but it still gets bugged sometimes. But yeah, this should be, like, that table was super cold unless there was some really weird bug with where the ghost thought the ghost was at that time. Because it's based on the ghost room. The speed of the Hantu is based on the ghost room. Also, it's hunting above 50% sanity. Well, that's a dead giveaway. We didn't even think about that one. Because the Hantu can't even do that. So yeah, there you go. It is definitely a Thaye. But you can see how that already got slower over time. We can see in the stats, actually, how many times it grew older, because that's what the ability count is for. Wait, Raichu's don't get fast. I learned something. Wait. Raichu speeds up like a normal ghost, right? Wait, let me look this. Wait, I swear to... Did they change that in the last update? I'm learning something new. I'm looking at the... Wait, not like I'm... Wait, what? It definitely didn't speed up. It was not speeding up. Watch the thing again. I could loop the Raichu. You can't even loop a normal ghost, let alone a Raichu. How did I get 1200 from getting the ghost wrong? Okay, here we go. We have a clip of it to chat. Here we go. All right, let's see. So it's just fast. Is it getting faster? Let's go from the beginning again. Okay, so it's just fast. Is it getting faster? It's not getting any faster. It's the exact same speed. Getting any faster, so Raichu still get faster, right? So it's not a Raichu, it's just a Hantu. Yeah, it's not getting any faster. Gonna smudge. Oh god, you can clearly hear that. It is not. If you doesn't seem to be getting any faster, so Raichu still get faster, right? So it's not a Raichu, it's just a Hantu? It doesn't get any faster. So I'm gonna pin it in the comment down below for if you're watching this on YouTube. I am 99% sure that's a bug, and it's supposed to be speeding up over time. But if it's not, I learned something new today, and I will link that in the comments. So the answer to that question is going to be in the comments down below. I'm pretty sure it's bugged. Let's go find another ghost. I hope we're going to get a, like, aggressive early hunting ghost. Like, I really like demons, because I think those in particular are really important to know. Like, any ghost that has the power to kill you through its abilities are the ones you should focus your attention on figuring out how they work. Because, like, if you get a demon and it hunts at around 60% sanity and it wasn't any faster or something, you should go like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I'm dealing with a demon here and we should probably leave. Because if you were to continue that mission and you were to drop your sanity lower and lower, you would get chain hunted, and there's a very high chance that if you're playing with a team that's not very familiar, what the fuck, then your team is gonna die, and you need to be the hero that the team deserves, or that they need and maybe not deserve. Okay, so we found potentially the ghost room. Let's see, it's going up now, but that's because I got it out of my inventory for the first time. This is actually something you really need to know about the tier 1 thermo. If you put it in your inventory, it'll lock the temperature at whatever you put it in your inventory as. It'll only start changing temperature when you take it out of your inventory again. So if you had it in the rain or snow or something, in the cold, and then you go into the ghost room and you take it out of your inventory, suddenly the temperature goes up. So it looks like, wait a minute, it's going up. This must not be the ghost room, but that doesn't have to be the case. Let's see if it's here. It's going up here. It's going up here. It's going up here. So it should be this be the ghost room. We need to at least get a mimic just so I can show you that. Let me grab the first things. You're gonna see the same items every time at the start because those, like, I start with those. I start with the video cam and the salt because those are like the instant giveaways. And you want to go from stuff that's like quick to test from stuff that's slow to test, because especially something like a Ure ability, it's doing nothing. You just spray, it does it eventually. There's like nothing you can do to force that to happen. So you just need to keep, for some things you need to like actively make it happen, and for other things you need to like just pay attention and see if it randomly will happen. Actually, wait, I wanted to grab a video cam rather than this, rather than the photo cam, but I'll take a photo cam this time if we're gonna get another active ghost with lots of ghost events. We can get a perfect game. Can't believe I still got 1200 from getting the ghost wrong. That was very interesting. Because it like reduces your reward by like 50% or something. Doesn't even give you any extra for higher difficulties. I don't know. I don't think so. Do we have Orbeez? You need to be very careful. This is something maybe you don't encounter because you don't have to deal with people yelling at you in Twitch chat. But there's a lot of things. What was that? Over here? What was that? There's a lot. That was literally just... Oh, it was on the ball. I see. There's a lot of things that sometimes look like orbs that actually aren't orbs. Like you can see there's like these artifacts. You can see something in the middle of the screen right now. It's like... It's just some glitchy artifacts of light that are like on the walls. It's just graphical glitches. They can look like orbs, especially to Twitch chat for some reason. So keep that in mind that those are not orbs. I feel like most people know that, but sometimes people get confused. All right, let's place these. Get that salt. Can you give us a sign? It's absolutely the coldest room. This is like the way you tell. You want to get the temperature to drop all the way down to right above 0. It is not a wraith. Let's go. Just the standard. It's also not really doing too much, but it is throwing a few things. In this case, we should be able to rule out shade, because according to the devs, the shade shouldn't be able to do anything at all when you are in the room. But from my experience, it still happens that the shade does something sometimes. I'm gonna grab a paramic now so that we can start already early testing for either Myling or Banshee. I would love to get a Banshee Scream or do a ability test for the Banshee. We're gonna check for this one. We can't obviously... The activity chart, this is a question I sometimes get. The activity chart can give you EMF 5 if you have EMF 5 evidence. However, it's not like a bypass of the evidence in general. It's not going to give you EMF 5 on the chart if you have an EMF ghost when you're playing on a 0 evidence run. No, the EMF will only show EMF 5 on the activity chart if you're playing with evidence and you have an EMF evidence ghost. So don't think that's like a little trick you can do to bypass the no evidence challenge. No, it's not gonna work that way. We're gonna grab the candle now and just get those 3 blowouts, which so far has been true, but so far we also haven't had an Onryo. So that I just want to get an Onryo again and see it actually hunt after the 3rd blowout. Also, another question I get sometimes, no, the Onryo, like if it blows out the tier 2 crucifix or a tier 2 candle, that doesn't count like blowing out 3 candles, even though it technically is 3 candles. The stuff you learn over time. I was going to ask that. Yeah, it's like one of those things that once you know it, you never ask it again. Can you give us a sign? All right, let's look for this. I haven't had an answer from the devs yet. Can you give us a sign? Hello, hello? This is such a silly computer. Imagine having 3 monitors and then making them all the same screen. Because that's what this insane person did, because they're all like a login screen. Why even have 3 monitors then if you're just gonna make them the same screen? Just psycho. That was the first blowout. What the fuck? What? Why is there 3? Wait, does it count like 3 candles? Wait, what? Why were there 3? Wait, what the fuck? Why were there 3 EMFs on top of each other? I'm so confused. What the fuck was that? Oh, I'm losing my mind. Can you give us a sign? Can you show yourself? Dude, this is... Oh, it's blinking lights, which doesn't... The blinking lights only tells you that the ghost is in the area. It doesn't mean anything specifically. It doesn't even give an EMF. Can you do something? It knocked on the window. Oh, wait, no. It was literally... You could see the point. It was like right here. You can see the distance on the tier 3 EMF. Can you give us a sign? I already took all the salt, right? Took all the salt, so don't need to worry about that. I could have taken another interaction photo there to see if it did anything. Could you blow out the candle, please? These candles freaking suck. They're only so short now. Just touching a door, normal door touch, nothing special. Also, it's okay, so this is the temperature it's blew out the candle. You can see that it's not, like it isn't multiple interactions. I don't know what the hell happened there. Because right now it's just, that was also our 3rd blowout. Oh, what? Blew it out again? It blew... Wait. Excuse me. I don't think this is on Onryo. It's blowing out the candle way too much without hunting. This is a really easy way to just farm for photos. Just get it to blow out the candle over and over again and just keep taking pictures. Fill up the book. Give us a sign. Can you show yourself? It is not very active. In terms of like actual activity. It threw 1 shoe. It threw this ball. Oh, it's doing it again. It threw the ball like twice. You gave us a sign. And stepped on the salt a little bit. So probably no Oni, probably no Thaye. That seems really unlikely because Thays and Onis would have definitely done a ghost event so far. It's also not roaming at all, which could mean we are dealing with a Goryo here. It's not touching anything far away. So I'm basically ruling out twins right now. I mean, it did throw this, but that might have just rolled over there. I think probably rolled over there. Our sanity is going to be really locked at super high because the new sanity system is insanely OP. Wait, did it just leave? Suddenly stop blowing out the candle. Blow it out one more time before it goes out. Forever. Give us a sign. What's your name? Eric? Eric, can you give us a sign? Thank you. You can see that it actually gave EMF there. Because obviously the candle will go out by itself when it's like completely burnt out. That should already be... Yeah, we already filled up the entire book. Repel, motion sensor, paramech. Let's hold the paramech. Now we don't need to worry about photos anymore unless it's... I guess we want to test for phantom. You do something. Well, that's something. That was the shortest whisper of all time. 1 whisper in the pocket. We could use the voodoo doll here. Get our sanity low and just start the funny business. And you give us a sign. I might actually do that. Set up for a poltergeist. Probably grab a smudge as well, so we don't freaking die. That was a weird whisper indeed. It's touching doors again, but not closing them. For no Urei. But Urei, as you saw that first round, it was like a 24... What? How long was that first round? It's like a 24-minute contract. And we had 1 Urei ability and all of that. That just shows you how rare the Urei ability is. You shouldn't really, like, rely on getting it. Honestly, just rule out every other possible ghost. And then if you have ruled out all of them, you can say it's a Urei. It's very silly that way. Sometimes you can't rule out Goryo, though, so a lot of the time it comes down to the difference between, like, did you get roams when you had a Urei, or did it do an ability? A non-roaming, non-ability Urei is probably... It's, like, the most annoying thing imaginable for doing a no-evidence run, because there's really nothing you could have done. Like, it was just insanely unlucky. Can you give us a sign? 32... Another whisper. Not enough, I would say, for miling. But that's 2 whispers. I love the paramech. The paramech is fun. or whispers. It's so damn bad, but it is super fun. I'm gonna grab the voodoo doll. I think it's about time we go make something happen here, because this ghost is definitely not doing it themselves. It turned on the light. Look at that. That light, I didn't turn that on myself, so we don't have a mayor here. That's very nice. I'm gonna place this actually over here. That was me, probably. I'm not hearing anything. You threw the teddy. Teddy again. Teddy again? What the hell? Dude, the teddy is being abused. Teddy abuse. See? Can it find us? Immediately running towards us. Oh god. Immediately running back. It's not a yokai. That's what I wanted to test. Let's see if it actually speeds up. So it is speeding up now. I have no clue what happened there. That's so weird. I wonder if like the ghost speed up was just entirely broken for me. Not a poltergeist, that's for sure. This is getting... Sometimes they double back like that. You gotta be careful. Doesn't look like an obake. We'll have to smudge here. Smudged at 142. Anyway. Just normal speed. We can test for a Jinn, but we would have to do that with a smudge stick because it gets kind of risky. Okay, so it did clear the table kind of, but definitely not enough for it to be a poltergeist, so we can rule out. Like, the hunts are the most important thing to know how to use to rule out ghosts. It wasn't a phantom. Oh, hi there. Because it was, like, blinking like completely normal. It wasn't an Oni because it was blinking like completely normal. It wasn't a poltergeist because it wasn't throwing a lot. It wasn't a yokai because it could find us every time as soon as I turn on my flashlight. It wasn't a revenant because it wasn't too fast. It wasn't a Hantu because it was speeding up. It wasn't a Raichu because it was speeding up. Actually, I mean, it wasn't a Raichu because it wasn't fast near the electronics. I shouldn't start saying that because obviously it was most likely a bug. But it was definitely not a Raichu because it didn't speed up with the electronics. It could have been a Moroi, because my sanity might have been high enough. Not an Obake because it didn't change at all. Not a Mimic because we didn't see orbs before. We'd have to do a Jinn test. For a Jinn, you gotta be a little further away. Touch on the motion sensor. Gotta be a little further away. And then see if it gets fast as soon as it sees you while it, like, cuts around a corner like that. Could still be a Goryo. Could still be a Shade, even though it just did a ghost event. This feels unlikely to be demon. 1.5 minutes has passed just now. Wait a minute. Is it gonna change ghost room? What? Are we even low enough sanity for it to be a spirit here? Oh, hi, dude. What the fuck? This is weird. I don't know if we're even low enough sanity. Voodoo doll is 5% per use, 10% for heartpin. Okay, my sanity is just low enough now. So we could get a hunt, but it's already... Spirits should already be able to hunt, right? Almost 2 minutes. It's a little harder to see my timer here. Can you give us a sign? Hello? Where'd I drop the voodoo? Dropped it there. I'm gonna pull it like 2 more times here. What is going... Why are you here now? Are you not a Goryo? Is this your ghost room now? This is kind of annoying. I would say it's not a... Banshee would be surprising because we had 2 non-whispers. It's already almost... It's hunting... What? I'm out of pins. It's not hunting for over 2 minutes. What's my most encountered ghost? It was the Mimic. Wait, most, that's the Thaye! Wait, it changed! Holy shit, what a monumental moment! Wait, look at that. That's the first that is... It's been Mimic for the longest time. Dude, let's go. Oh. Ah! I was so mesmerized with my settings. I wasn't paying attention. I'm gonna say that's a Banshee, dude. Was it a Banshee? It feels so unlikely. I'm gonna say it. No, but it can't be a Shade because it's gotta be a spirit, right? It hunted right at the time that a spirit can hunt. It hunted exactly 3 minutes after I smudged it. Yeah, it was a spirit. Okay, there you go. So spirit can only hunt. So as I said during the first round, if you smudge a normal ghost, it'll be disabled for 90 seconds. Spirit is twice as long, so 3 minutes. So in that case, it hunted right after. I just got a little straight. That's actually amazing. Wait a minute. That means, dude, that's crazy. When did that change? I wish I would have known exactly when that changed. So, but that makes a lot of sense. I never understood why Mimic was my most deaths to ghost, because they're not dangerous at all. Thays, in my opinion, are like the most. Thays and Moroys are the most dangerous. Personally, Thaye for me, because of the way I play. Like, I play a lot of Insanity mode, and Thays are absolute killers on Insanity mode, because you'll get like, as soon as you enter the house on Insanity mode, you're already in hunting range for the Thaye, so it's extremely dangerous. My most common ghost is the Mimic. I can upgrade my lighter. I'll do that real quick, not that it really matters. Only 750, that's ridiculous. Okay, let's run it back and we're doing all small maps. Let's do a Grafton there. Okay, so my most common ghost is still the same. That's cool though. I really like that it changed finally. I was like under the impression that the stat was bugged, that the stat was just like fixed on Mimic. There was just like some bug at one point that gave me like 100 Mimics randomly, and it never caught up. But yeah, there you go. It actually is no longer the most dangerous. But Cursed Possession, I was hoping it wouldn't be tarot cards, and it wasn't, so I'm happy. Is it gonna be Ouija board? Nachtvi, thank you for the 5. Board would be fine. Not a board. We already have the breaker on, so we don't have to worry about that. This map is so nice for hiding. Honestly, in this situation, I could add like no hiding to it and just make so much money on Grafton. Because Grafton, you don't even like adding hiding spots on Grafton literally doesn't do anything. Because the hiding spots I use on Grafton are not required. They don't require the hiding spots being on at all. This hiding spot still works, even if this is not here. Even though, like, if you have this hiding spot officially, there will be an extra bookcase here, but you don't need that at all to hide here. Similarly, this up here, this chair, you can hide behind that. That is totally fine. Similarly, over here, you can hide behind the crib right there. That is a totally safe hiding spot. And those are like my 3 main used hiding spots. The only... Wait, was blinking down here? The only one that I use that can be blocked sometimes is back there where the breaker is. There's a hiding spot, but you can even hide there when it is blocked. Okay, so let's see. So this light just blinked. That doesn't mean anything necessarily, but it does mean that the ghost is in this general area. We don't know the exact ghost room though. It's going up still. Could be... It touched that. It touched that door. You can see it move. It could be living room, could be kitchen. You can see how... Touch it again. It's probably kitchen then. Actually, could be twins. Interesting. It might just be foyer here. The light blinky. Yeah, you saw it right there. Is it really a thing? It just happened straight in front of your eyeballs. Open your eyes and feast upon the truth. You have that's the mare, and most common is a revenant. That's kind of spicy. We should do like a poll on that somehow. I don't know how you would do a poll, because you on YouTube you can only have like 5 options on a poll, so you couldn't do like a 24 option poll. That would be the Wild West. That would be so overwhelming. I mean, in specific situations like this, it's useful, but most of the time it would just be chaos. Alrighty, I'm not seeing any orbs. I'm gonna place some salt over there. There. I love the tier 2 salt, man. It's so good. Can you give us a sign? Whisperer. Okay. Hi there. Can you give us a sign? This is already cold breath here. You can see that's below 5. You will see cold breath showing up. Can you do something? Can you give us a sign? Now, the devs have said, which I am very scared of when the devs say stuff like this. They have said that they will change a lot of the ghosts over time to make them harder to spot during a hunt, because the devs, and this is why we can't have nice things, because fucking so many people are abusing the fact that you can like you can like figure out half the ghost during a hunt and then just guess when it's not the right ghost. Like, so many people are cheesing the shit out of the game. The devs have to do something about it. Otherwise, like, the game doesn't work as intended. So thank you, cheesers, but they're gonna have to change it in a way that you cannot figure out they want to change it in a way where you cannot figure out like 50% of the ghost with just one hunt, because they don't want, they're like, the cheesing is an exploit. It is not intended. Like, the people were so mad at me for saying it was an exploit. I think it's just because I have a, like, my definition of exploit is something that devs don't intend is getting abused to, like, get a unfair advantage. And in this situation, it is something that the devs don't intend, which is first, it's just so silly that you have to, like, guess 50% of the time, and that it's faster to do that than actually play the game. I don't know why people are even doing it to begin with. I think it's mostly died down now, but it was definitely a hot topic, or like a lot of people were doing it right around the, I need to actually grab a candle, right around when the update first came out. Yeah, that's a little annoying. And that's why in no evidence runs, I don't like to start with a hunt, because it often gives away a lot. And I'd rather, like, this could totally be a wraith, by the way. It is not stepping in my salt at all, if it is even here still. I mean, it seems to be, it's cold here, but not super cold. I think this might be wraith. We didn't get any EMF yet, though it hasn't done an ability. Can you give us a sign? Can you show yourself? Come on, ghost. Hello? Can you give me a sign? Yeah, money is very pointless. I just hope that, like, I honestly wish they would just keep it this way. Like, if they just, I don't know. I feel like, because I've been trying to, like, that's why I've been so vocally against it, because I feel like we should self-police as a community rather than the game changing to be, like, less fun, in my opinion. Because I find the whole, like, the fact that you can do a no evidence is so fucking fun. The fact that you can figure out the ghost just by learning the abilities of them, and, like, putting that into practice is super, super cool. So it would be a real shame if they're gonna tune that down and make it, like, imagine a world where every ghost is a Yurei, where they have, like, one ability that they could do, like, 10% of your games, so that, like, sometimes you'll see something special and then you'll know, like, okay, it's this ghost, but most of the time you just have to get all the evidence and leave. It will be the worst world of Phasmo of all time. So I feel like it's a way better situation where we just self-police and we as a community say, like, no, abusers, you haven't reached this level in a valid way. We do not accept that. Yes, you can talk, you can do this however you want, but you do not get the bragging rights. You get the level, but you don't get the bragging rights. If we sit our foot down as, like, a community and just be like, and we just self-police about it. Like, we say, like, it's fine to do it, but if that's all you do, like, you don't get the bragging rights. But again, this is something that's going to be far into the future. So for now, it's not a big problem. I think this has to be a wraith. Hello? I have blocked off every single exit of this room, and yet it is, unless it's just not leaving the room, unless it's a Goryo. Can you give us a sign? Can you do something? I honestly wish they would just, like, I'd way rather have them just take away, like, the easiest solution of all time, cap custom rewards at insanity difficulty. It's the easiest solution of all time. Just cap it at 6 times so that, yes, you can cheese, but it will be way slower. Like, it's such a simple solution. It would obviously hurt, like, the people that love custom difficulty and that love getting those high rewards. But I'd way rather have that than the alternative where they nerf the whole game to make it, like, way harder to figure out each ghost using, like, special abilities. That would be way worse. I need to add more motion sensors. I'm gonna forget it every time because I'm, like, so distracted by everything, because these have been some really weird runs. I've died to a spirit. I have had a Raichu that doesn't speed up over time, and now I'm like, it's the observation duty effect, where now I'm suddenly, like, questioning my entire life and being like, wait, did it never speed up? Has the Raichu never sped up over time? I swear it has, but now I can't access any memories of it actually happening in my brain, so, like, everything just feels like a lie. Can you give me a sign? Hello? Hello? Ghost, please. What the fuck is going on? It's throwing stuff. Wait, where was that? It's like in this. It has to be a wraith. I need to just get a hunt and get it to walk on top of the salt, because this has to be a wraith. The fact that it has, if this is not a wraith, it's a freaking twister ghost, dude. It's like moving around in the perfect way to not. What was our cursed position again? I don't remember it. Was it the Boodle? I mean, they could do diminishing rewards after 6 times. But I feel like 6 times is already a lot of rewards. Like, if you ever play Insanity mode, you know that 6 times, you get a ton of money for playing, like, a perfect game on Insanity. Like, I think it's just really silly that if you want to make a slight change to, like, Nightmare mode, like, let's say you want to play Nightmare mode with the screens. It's really silly with the, like, when they tried the nerf a while ago, where they just did a flat minus 80% if you played custom, that was really silly, because if you wanted to make, like, one tiny change to Nightmare mode, instead of getting, like 3.8, you would get freaking, like, just, like, 40, and, like, you would get, like, 0.4. You would get nothing. The difference was, like, way too big. And by capping it, you would fix that problem. Mandela effect, Raichu. You just fucking... There we go. it's a wraith, obviously, but, like... This is why you need to have more motion sensors, guys. I could die here, technically. So it walked on top of the salt, didn't step in it. This is such a safe hiding spot. I don't think I've ever died here with the ghost, like, randomly roaming to my location. That's literally never happened. Ever done a blindfold challenge? The problem with blindfold challenge in a 3D, like, controlled game where you have a camera is that it's really hard to control your camera when you can't see. So it makes... Because you can't pick up items properly. Like, there's no... In a 2D game, it's way easier to do a blindfold challenge. Like, still obviously really hard, but because there's only like 2 degrees of freedom of the movement, you can just go forward and backwards and up, I guess. But it's not like this infinite degrees of freedom of a 3D game where you can look literally everywhere, and everywhere could be items. So like that's the thing. You saying, surely you've memorized every map. That's what I'm saying. Even though I know every map by the top of my head, it doesn't mean you can walk around them blindly, because if you point your camera like this, it's a whole different, like, the map changes the whole map changes with every, like, few degrees that you move your camera. If I move my camera like this, the map is a completely different orientation. If I move my camera like this, the map is completely different. So my movement, like, I mean, I guess the WASD key still has 4 degrees of movement. But if you want to pick up items and stuff, it just doesn't work. You can't pick up items, like, without seeing them. Anyway, that was obviously... We didn't get a ghost event. That was a very shy ghost. It gave us some time to cool down after all the madness we just went through. What the hell, man? We're getting there. I mean, this is as you can see, this is a great way to get experience. Even when you fail, you sometimes get like half this somehow. And that was only 11 minutes. Let's do, we did Willow already. We did Richu. We didn't do Edgefield. Let's do Edgefield. At the bookworm, thank you for the 31. No one is responding to me, dude. I have no friends. No one wants to answer my question. Come on, gamers. I don't have any friends. Okay, we're gonna grab the basic stuff. Triggerly, thank you for the 5. I mean, I know the answer, but I've seen... It's like, I know that the answer is yes, the Raichu speeds up over time, but because I've literally just seen the counterexample, I'm losing my mind. I need a second opinion. Hello? I shouldn't turn on all these lights. Thank you so much, Trigger. What do we got? Do we have Bordeaux? No Bordeaux. We do not have the music box. We do have the music box. I'm just going for it. Okay, upstairs. The music box is gonna glitch out, I'm telling you. It glitches out so many times. What? In the basement? What's basement? Oh no. What? It's just bugged? The ghost isn't in the house, brother! What the fuck just happened? That's so fucking bugged, man. I hate the music box. It's so stupid. Fuck that thing. It's so bugged. Like, I don't know what... Like, what even happened there? Alright, ghost. Hunt me now, then. You dickhead. Show me where you were. Is it upstairs somehow? Like, it wasn't in the basement, it wasn't in the middle floor, and it wasn't upstairs. What the fuck happened there? How is that possible? Oh, I don't have any hiding spots. God damn it. No hiding spots. It's not hunting somehow, even though I'm at 0 sanity. What? I don't have any hiding spots? What? Oh! Okay, it is in the basement. What the fuck? Dude, that actually scared the shit out of me. What the fuck? Okay, it's normal speed, so nothing too crazy. Definitely not these guys. Not this guy. Not you. I don't know if I could do a gin test there. So I smudged it at like 23. I don't know. I didn't take an exact timer. But it is in the basement, which is really unfortunate because the basement sucks for us. But we have a little bit of time of safety here because we smudged it. And we'll hopefully be able to get this. We can even get a demon test here. And then firelight and crucifix. We can do an Onryo test as well. I need another smudge though. Been 30 seconds or something. Why is the light switch of the basement at the bottom of the stairs, by the way? That doesn't make any sense. Why is the stairs so dark as well? Place that. Place that. We need a smudge. Go, go, go. Smudges work on Dios. Yes, they do. Smudges work on every ghost. During the hunt as well as outside of the hunt. If they ever add a ghost that doesn't get repelled by a smudge stick, it's instantly the most dangerous ghost in the entire game. That shit would kill me every time. I would die. Like, say goodbye to Thaye as my most common ghost to die to, because I will die to that ghost 100 times in a row. Alrighty, it's not hunting still. It's smudged by salt. It's not stepping in the salt again. Blew out the candle. So this should basically cover the whole room if it was a... Yeah, if this is a demon, this shouldn't be able to hunt here. You give us a sign. Stop giving them ideas. Hello? Why so quiet? Are you... Oh, it's stepping in the salt. Is this actually a shade? Not a wraith. Hello? Diogen would be like the one example of a ghost that they can do that for. Because you can, like, deal with a Dio in another way, right? That would actually be interesting. Can you give me a sign? Can you show yourself? Hello, hello? You are so freaking shy. You haven't thrown anything. This is actually a shade. Why is it not hunting yet? Is it a spirit or a shade? It's been already 2.5 minutes. I think it's probably a shade and it's not hunting because I'm in the ghost room. Hello? Right, it's been... Oh, it keeps blowing out the candle. It could also be an Onryo, obviously. Because it could very much be an Onryo, actually. Hello? We have 3 minutes now. 3 minutes has passed. Dude, time is flying. How is 3 minutes passed so fast? So it can't be... Or it could be a spirit. It's probably spirit, Onryo, or shade. Those are the 3 ghosts remaining here, I would say. Because they all have a reason to not hunt in this situation. The Onryo wouldn't hunt because there's a candle. The shade wouldn't hunt because I'm in the room with it. And the spirit wouldn't have hunted until now because of the 3 minutes. So if it doesn't hunt still after this, only Onryo and shade remain. This is both the only one room. So yeah, I am in the room. Can you give us a sign? If this candle... And then we can let the candle run out. And once the candle runs out, if it still doesn't hunt, then it's a shade. This has to be... Is that imagine it was a special shade spirit or a music box ability where it doesn't do a hunt from the music box because I don't think upstairs. I thought it hunted upstairs for a second there. Hello, ghost. You are such a it's not a spirit either. It has to be a shade or an Onryo, but it isn't blowing out. It blew it out now. Let's just leave the candle off and see if it suddenly uses the crucifix. Yeah, it didn't force a hunt with the, but I guess it couldn't have done a hunt because it was in the smudge period, right? I don't know how that works. I don't know how the, my first answer, I think they speed up, question mark. I know they get faster with electronics, but I thought they still speed up when chasing the player. Where's Psycho when you need him? I'm asking Psycho. Psycho. I need to send... While we're waiting... This is such a shade, obviously. We're on a side quest today. We're on a side quest today. And this is why my life's impossible. Because I'm telling you, there's an exception to every single thing in this game. Like, there's a situation where there will always be something that doesn't, like, act the way that it should act. And that's why every time, like, because there's so many people playing this game at all times, there will always be one person that runs into some bug, and then they go to me like, hey, I thought it worked this way. Yes, it works that way like 99.99999% of the time. I'm sending it to that. I'm sending it to CJ directly. We need to get an answer before it's over. I mean, CJ doesn't know this shit. Not to be rude to CJ. I feel like he's just gonna say like, yeah, probably, question mark. This is a shade. This is a shade. I'm leaving. This has to be a shade, or there's just something completely wrong with the game. Like, it didn't hunt at all there for so long. Okay, dude. That's just a perfect example of a shade being a shade. We were in the ghost room. It didn't do shit because it can't do anything. It didn't hunt at all. Wait, that's interesting, though. That's really interesting. That means that blowing out a candle doesn't technically count as an ability or, like, as an interaction for the shade. Because it can't throw anything. It shouldn't be able to throw anything or do anything when you're in the ghost room with it. But right there, you saw it still spammed turn off the candle. So that's very interesting. Yeah, that was a quick mission. I can't move this down. That was a quick mission. Can I please? There we go. 8 minutes. I mean, it took a while, but it was just because it was a shade. Now we have one more map remaining. Let's go to Bleed still. Yeah, I don't know what that was with the music box. That's another, like, the music box is just insanely bugged. I don't know what's wrong with the music box. It's been more bugged recently. It worked fine for a while, and then it just got completely messed up. I love doing no evidences because it, like, every time I do a no evidence video, it's complete. I was in outer space. It's complete. What the fuck was that? It's completely different because of the ghosts you get served. Like, sometimes you'll have a no evidence with just a bunch of crazy aggressive ghosts. Other times you'll have another music box. Well, let's try it again. What could possibly go wrong? Here we go. Let's have it all go terrible. Psycho? Psycho! Can you answer a question? I'm losing my mind. Does the Raichu speed up over time, yes or no? What is it up here? Or does it only speed up because of the electronics? Because I swear that the Raichu speeds up over time as well, but I just had a Raichu not speed up over time, and I'm just losing my mind. It might just never have sped up before, but then I'm like, what the fuck? How have I not noticed that before? Like, I swear I've been... Yes, it speeds up the normal ghost speed of a max of 2.8. So you can even make it slower. Wait. You can make it slower by turning on electronics. Wait, what? Yes, it speeds up to a normal max speed of 2.8. So you can even make it slower. What does that exactly mean? Wait. Wait, it gets slower if you turn on the electronics, so it doesn't speed up over time if there's electronics nearby? Is that what you're saying? So basically what happened is the ghost started its hunt right next to me. I had my flashlight on and I looped it around the table and it never got any faster. So it is that what we... Wait, did we just... I uncovered... It speeds up normally like every other ghost. Okay, can you check... Can you check out that clip? Does that look like a normal Raichu to you, or does something go wrong in that clip? Because I am... I am like on a freaking soul search this whole video. We're like, what's happening? Oh boy. Let's see. What was I doing? Oh yeah, grab the... We're gonna get a hunt. This is also fucked, man. I think it's in the attic. What the hell? The line, yeah, line of sight on top of electronics boost. That's definitely not what happened there. Checking. Thank you so much, Psycho, for being the legend. I mean, if you were to have asked me this, I would have said with 100% certainty that the Raichu speeds up over time, and it also gets faster because of electronics. But because I literally just saw the opposite, it is actually an attic ghost. Are you fucking joking? Some BS. It's slow? It's just twins. It's slow as hell. Wait. Oh, it's behind me. What? Why was it singing up in the attic then? What is happening? What is going on with the music box? What the fuck? What is going on in this video, man? I'm gonna lose my mind. What the fuck? Huh? Is that twins? Music box is so fucked up, dude. Are you here? Hello? Oh, it is over there. Wait, how the fuck did we hear it all the way up in the attic if it was over there? It's definitely slow. It's a revenant, right? Oh, it's not a revenant. Is this a Hantu? It's a Hantu. Alright then. This has to be a fucking it's a Raichu, guys! It's a Raichu! It has to be a Hantu. Fuck me, dude. Oh man. Someone give the ghost an inhaler. It's a Raichu again. It has to be. Seems normal. Okay, so then I'm losing it. Let's see. So it works that it speeds up normal in line of sight, but the speed is fixed to 1.5 if electronics are nearby. If the ghost is at full speed. Wait, if the ghost is at full speed, meaning after 13 seconds in line of sight, you turn off all electronics nearby, it has a speed of 2.8. Okay, so it does... Did I say 1.5? So it literally works like that the ghost has a fixed speed when there's electronics, and it speeds up over time normally when there's no electronics. So if it speeds up over time normally, it's a 2.8, and then when you turn on electronics, it gets slower? That is so stupid! Wait, I had no idea that's how it works. Okay, so it does speed up over time, but not if there's electronics nearby. However, if I were to have turned off my flashlight during that loop, suddenly it would have gotten faster. Because it would have, like, set its speed to 2.8 instead. That is so dumb. All right, but at least it was working as intended and I learned something new. See, even with, how many hours do I have? Exactly 2,500 hours. You can still learn new things in Phasmo because there's just some situations that you only get into very rarely, and that was one of them. I'm so happy we learned that. Let's go, Psycho, coming in hot, baby. Psycho with the knowledge. I had no idea that's how it worked. That is insane. Okay, well, that is a Hantu. Now that we know the answer to the Raichu question, you could have... I hope you didn't get spoiled too early with the answer, because I thought that was a pretty fun discovery journey we went on there. So yeah, that was a little bit of no evidence. Obviously, I will be doing more no evidence in the future, because it's like one of my favorite things to do. And I have a whole playlist all about no evidence in Phasmo. So if you want more of this, you can just check out that playlist. Thank you so much for watching over on YouTube. Subscribe, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And if you haven't already checked out Psycho, go check out Psycho on YouTube. Makes extreme. Psycho is the person I go to when I have a question because he fucking places like he does too much testing. Like the way Psycho plays this game, he doesn't play it. He just tests shit. That's all he does. He doesn't actually play the game. Anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you around. Bye, guys. Have a good one.